high school teacher. It is 4 weeks into the school year with students, and I am at my limit already. I am at my limit with being talked to and demanded at so disrespectfully, interrupted constantly, repeating myself countless times. This year feels worse. This year feels worse than the last 5 years I've taught. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I feel like I've seen so many teachers make videos where we are all ringing the alarm saying, this is bad. This year is not good. It's not good. We are struggling, and not a lot of us are going to last if this continues, because I think there's a reckoning of teachers realizing like, I actually don't deserve to be treated like and then every day wipe that slate clean and start on over as if it didn't happen. I teach high schoolers. I see it from videos of elementary school teachers and middle school teachers. I don't know when, as a society, we're going to wake up and say, our system is failing. Our students don't have basic respect or human decency. Teachers are done. Obviously, disclaimer, not all teachers, not all parents, not all students, not all schools. But I'm seeing way too many videos of teachers saying, I can't do this anymore. And we need to be taking that seriously.
Friends, this is my first day back consulting for the 2025-2026 school year. And this year, my role has switched a little bit, working with a different company, and I am working in some high schools. Baby, when I tell you that, so my background, K through 8. And I always thought my middle schoolers could give you, could give you run for your money. I have been in high schools, 4 different high schools today for like 20 minutes each. And when I tell you every single one of them was confirmation that I made the right career path in deciding to go a different route. Because honey, if I was in these high schools, I'd lose my life. I would lose my job. Somebody would lose their life. And I would probably lose my freedom. Like this is insane. I am the queen of wanting our kids to do better, be better, creating experiences, closing the achievement gap, all the things, right? Like that's why y'all come to this page. That's what I talk about. I watched a young man go off on a teacher for politely requesting that he put his phone away. It was insane. Threatened to, and I quote, put a bullet in her because she asked him to put away his cell phone. So here goes the story. At this particular high school, when the bell rings, I think they have like 4 minutes to switch classes, and then you're supposed to lock the doors. Teacher had locked her door. Student was not in the room. Another teacher calls and said, hey, we'll call him Sammy. I'm sending you Sammy because he was in my classroom and I looked up and realized he wasn't supposed to be with me this period. He's supposed to be with you. So I told him to come to you. So she's on the phone talking to the teacher and she's like, yeah, he is supposed to be in here. Now, the rule is the doors are locked for a reason. The teachers are only supposed to be the ones who let the people in. But Sammy came to the door. One of his friends was sitting at the door, let him in, and he walks in, sees the teacher on the phone, and she's like, oh, Sammy just walked in right now. Like, this is him. He right here. All right, thank you. She has a little bit of a chit-chat conversation. Sammy sees her on the phone, comes in, goes. Everybody else sitting in the seats. And it's last period, and it's not that many kids in this class. It's like 8 kids in this class right now. Because I was just chatting with the teacher. We wasn't even having a class right now. We were just chatting, catching up. Sammy goes and sits down on top of a window with his feet up on a desk and pulls out his phone. She and I are chatting. She looks over. She sees Sammy doing the things that he's doing. She says, hey, Sammy, can you do me a favor? Sit in the seat and put your phone away in my classroom, please. This is Sammy. Sammy, put your phone away, please. Man, I ain't listening to you. That was Sammy. She was like, you can't tell me what to do. She's like, this is my classroom. I absolutely can tell you what to do. Put your phone away. Man, why don't you get both on the phone? You so busy talking about me. You can. Why don't you call whoever you was talking to and snitch on that or something? He said. Well, I'll save my commentary for later. So she was like, sir, you know the rules. Put your phone away. This is my damn phone. I ain't putting my phone nowhere. He was like, you already starting like, bitch, I said right there. See right there. Bitch, I said.
Well, I done told you. Next time I tell you,
So she was like, that's cool. You can go. She's like, and you can leave. She's like, I don't even understand why you came if this is what you was going to be on. Like, you can just go home. Just go home. Like, shut up talking to me. Quit you talking to me. That's Sammy. So she gets up from where we're sitting and she goes to the other door because there's two doors in the classroom. The one where Sammy came in and another door in the back. She goes to the door in the back, sits her head down, is like, yo, come get Sammy. He tripping. So an officer walks in. Clearly, this is not his first rodeo with Sammy. And he was like, yo. He was like, get out. Just like, we just got finished talking to you, blah, blah, blah. Man, shut the fuck up. Like, just F-bombs. Like, just dropping F-bombs all day long. So she was like, yeah, man, fuck this bitch. I don't want to be in here no way. Blah, 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 blah. On the way out to the door, he was like, man, F you and your husband. She was like, I don't even have a husband. He was like, good. Because if you did, I'd put him to sleep with a bullet. Over a phone, my guy. Over a phone, my guy. Because she stepped on your Puma, my God. I would lose my whole entire job. He would lose his whole entire life. And I would probably lose all my freedom. Because I don't even think so. I don't even think so. Why? What is going on with our kids that you can't correct them? You can't ask them to follow. And I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear, did she build a relationship? How did she ask him? What's his IEP? F that. The rule was put your phone away. She asked politely. That does not in turn mean you get to jump like that to this teacher. Like there's no way. I don't care if she had a relationship. I don't care if she that's the rule. It signs all over the school to say no phone. Put your phone away. No phones out in class. All over the school. It's not new. Like,
this is going to come across a little bit harsh, and I'm going to say it the way I feel, straight up. Teachers have had just about enough of your undisciplined children. I have become friends with different teachers, and a lot of teachers have reached out to me through my channel. And I'm telling you right now, guys, those of you that have decided that your children don't need discipline and that it's okay for them to talk back and to stand up for who they are and all this stuff, they're raising holy hell in school. They're not behaving in school. The teachers have no accountability for their kids' actions. The way society is changing everything, you can't even really get them in trouble in school. They call home to the parents. The parents never do anything about it. And quite honestly, I personally know people that have left the business of teaching that are good people because they cannot manage the children any longer. If your children are undisciplined at 2, 3, 4 years old, they're allowed to talk back, they're allowed to be disrespectful. Then they get into school and they think they can be that way in school too. They don't obey their teachers and they feel the need to speak out all the time. It is a problem. You need to decide if that is your child and what are you going to do about it.
Y'all, we got to stop. We've got to stop with this gentle parenting crap. I just watched a video of a 13-year-old girl who got her phone taken away. She took a baseball bat to her dad's tailgate. I mean, beat the ever-living crap out of it. I would snatch that girl up by her tail and I would tear her up. Kids need to be respecting their parents. The reason they are doing this, the reason they are speaking to people the way that they are, the reason that these teachers are so tired in school is because it's not that the kid has changed over time. Like we keep saying, these kids are just so bad. It's the parenting, y'all. Kids should respect adults. And that starts at home. That starts with what you were teaching them to respect an adult. How to speak to an adult. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. How to regulate their feelings. How to express themselves. How to articulate themselves. It's okay to be upset about things. But at the end of the day, they need to be held accountable for their action. Their actions are way more important and are going to affect their lives versus you hurting their feelings for about 10 minutes. We got to stop with this gentle parenting shit because it ain't working. It's actually about to drive everybody insane. I don't blame the teachers, honestly. You couldn't pay me $1 million to go up in there and handle some of these kids. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'd already take a belt or a paddle. You may disagree with it. That's probably going to ruffle some feathers. But at the end of the day, if you spare the rod, you're probably going to have a disrespectful kid. Let's be better.
Okay, seeing a lot of teacher videos. I've seen so many teacher videos. I guess the algorithm is just pumping them to me now. It is really bad out there. I haven't seen one teacher right now saying anything positive about their job. I literally just watched one. It's a shorter Hispanic girl. Said that an 8th grade student walked right in front of her, and she's really short and he was really tall, and he tried to rub his genitals in her face. She ends the video saying she called the parents, called the mother, and she was like, he's lucky I didn't press charges. See, there's the problem. You should have. The problem with the entire school system is that there's no accountability. There's no accountability in anything in this country. You can run into a store, grab a whole ton of clothes, run out, nobody cares. You can do whatever you want in this country now. I'm not really going to get into the politics of all that and what changed, but it changed around the 2010-ish era where people just, the accountability's gone. Everybody's scared to do anything. People are just getting worse and worse and worse. And that's just where we're at. So for teachers, one of the things I think that needs to happen is I think there needs to be more male teachers. This is not a slam on women, but we all know what happens with boys that don't have fathers in the house, which is a massive portion of children now. You have a lot of kids that have no fathers. These kids are failures when they grow up and they just have a single mother household. This is a statistical analysis. This is not just my opinion. This is just a fact. So these boys primarily, I know girls are doing it too, but the boys primarily do not respect women. They are growing up like this. They are growing up disrespecting women. The music they listen to calls you hoes. Talks about all your worth, your only value is sex. That's the music people are listening to now. So these boys are growing up absolutely zero respect for women, and they only view you as useful for one thing. So having schools where the vast majority of teachers are women, especially women that maybe aren't very assertive or very dominant, they're just prey. You're just like prey to them. They're just feeding into this. So I think schools need to start giving accountability needs to come back somehow, but teachers need to start having authority. And I think you should start arresting these kids. When they start doing things, they need to put cameras in these classrooms. Start arresting these kids. These aren't kids anymore. These kids are bigger than most adults that are teaching them. So I'm tired of also hearing about, oh, well, these are children. No, that 16-year-old is 6'4" and like 300 pounds. That is not a kid. That's a grown-ass man. That's a grown-ass man that's just under 18. But you also have all these emotional issues, and they're acting up, and they're threatening you. They're fighting. I've seen so many videos of teachers getting their asses beat. Teachers getting unalived by students, by kids. These aren't kids anymore. These kids have been eating hormone milk and hormone chicken now forever. They're eating all kinds of candy with food dyes in it and everything. Their frontal lobe ain't even right anymore. Their parents ain't teaching them how to read. They're not potty training them. They're going to school and they're not even potty trained. These kids are... School is a daycare now, almost like some kind of a mild penitentiary of a daycare. It's weird. So you have these kids and they're just acting so bad that teachers are quitting in their first year now. What does society want out of this? Where do you think this is going? This whole idea, it's a very liberal mindset. This whole no accountability, this and that. Let's not speak bad on children. No, you need to. You're pumping out a whole generation of failures into society, and we're just going to have a whole lot of crime one day, a lot of dumb people that can't get jobs. The jobs are going to start to leave this country. You can't have an entire society of failed children. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. So I don't know how this needs to change, but the politics within the school unions, the school boards, they're all very liberal, and they don't want to do nothing to anybody. They're all scared to look bad. And the thing is these unions, they get to hide behind a desk somewhere. Your school administrators at your school get to hide behind a desk. Your counselors hide behind a desk. It's the teachers in the classroom getting cussed out, being afraid that these kids want to attack them. It's the actual teachers afraid. But see, the people that are in charge of those teachers, they don't care. See, they don't want to lose their high-paying jobs. They're all in the office somewhere making a lot of money, or they're in some administrative building downtown making a whole lot of money. See, the Department of Education over there making a whole lot of money, and they don't deal with the kids, and they're never going to say anything bad. They're never going to give you the way to enforce anything with these kids. So it needs to change in the classroom. Teachers need to have more ability to enforce something. But hell, apparently calling parents doesn't matter anymore. They don't care either. So you need to bring the law into it. And I'm sorry, but all these school boards, these unions, they need to disappear, because they keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and all these kids are just becoming bigger failures. And that's my opinion.